So I want to tell you about this type of dance. It's a type of exercise, and it's a very non-impact type of dance, and it's a weight-bearing exercise. It's suitable for all ages, and it even helps for older people to help prevention of osteoporosis. It helps improve flexibility, and it's even great for your spinal cord, and even helps to strengthen your abdomen muscles. And this type of an exercise is a dance, and this dance is called belly dancing. So I'm going to basically start by talking to you about what belly dancing is. I'm going to even let you know what some of the steps and techniques are to what basically makes up the belly dancing. Some of the health benefits that do come with it, costumes, and how it's influenced pop culture today with U.S. dancing. So many experts say that belly dancing is the oldest form of dance, and it has roots in all ancient cultures coming from India to the Middle East. And probably one of the greatest misconceptions about belly dancing is that it's mainly a dance just to entertain the men. But in reality, it's a dance for celebration, it's a dance for when someone gets married or someone graduates or anything important like that. It's a lively, fun performance. So first, I want to discuss with you exactly what belly dancing is. And it's basically just a traditional Middle Eastern dance. It's a wonderful performance piece. Professional belly dancer Sherry Waldrop states that it is one of the greatest dances for your body, with improved posture, weight loss, stress reduction, rebuilding muscles, and being able to exercise while also enjoying yourself. The most featured part of the body during this dance is mainly the hips. And it really is a beautiful dance that shows the curves and the movement that a woman's body can do. Belly dance was popularized in the West during the 18th, 19th century, and that was when it really began coming out. And I'm sure now you probably want to know what some of the steps and techniques are to belly dancing. So most of the movements are all about isolating. You want to keep one certain part of the body in movement while keeping the others not in movement. So one of the first main things is called a shiver. And this is when you shake your knees really, really fast, and it makes your butt move, and it makes your hips really, really nice, and that's called a shiver move. And you can do this with your hips, you can do it with your chest, with your shoulders, and you just kind of like shimmy. And usually when they wear things, it has a lot of chainy stuff, so it makes loud noise, and it attracts attention, and it looks pretty, and all that stuff. And then another one of the main things you probably see is called a hip hit, and it's like a very staccato kind of move where you like, and you kind of like stick out certain things and then bump out and all that kind of stuff. So it looks really cool and it's really fun. And another thing, which is my favorite, it's called a utilation. And this is where you start from your chest to your hips and you kind of go in like a wormy movement, and it's supposed to look like you're riding a camel. And it's like supposed to be really exciting, and it's kind of cool when stomach is being shown and you can see the body moving. And those are basically the three main types of movements, and also people do add a lot to them and make it look really pretty and different. And so now I'm going to talk to you about the costumes that help with belly dancing and showing most of the movements. In the Middle East, they call the belly dancing outfit a bedlit, and it's just basically the suit that the women wear. It usually has a very fitted top, and it is usually sequined, and they like to attract a lot of attention. It'll usually have coins hanging down from it, something that will give noise. And one of the most important things that many belly dancers wear is called a hip belt. And as you can tell, it has the coins that hang down from it. When you shake it, it's loud. And usually it goes around and it makes kind of like an apron shape. And you tie it basically on the side of the hip that you know you can move the best. And then so mine's the right one. So then you tie it like this, and then you want to turn your body and you want to fluctuate the side. And you can tell that it gets loud and it gets fun. And that's basically one of the main things that you do wear. Also, you can wear really long flowy pants or skirts that cut high up open or anything like that. But the stomach is mainly something that you want to be shown, because that's what's going to show your hips the most, and that's one of the most important moves of belly dancing. Another thing that belly dancers do use in dancing is they like to use very flowy scarves. So these things, they can either wrap themselves around it, they can spin it up in the air, they can shake it, they can spin it, and it's kind of just another like little attention grabber, and it's fun. But one of the main things that they do say is that your scarf should always match your hip belt. So they always want to be the same color, so that way they both can attract the same amount of attention. So now I'm going to tell you about how belly dancing has influenced pop culture dancing. So believe it or not, the first person who influenced belly dancing in the US was Shakira. So when she started moving her hips and hips don't lie and all that type of stuff, many dancers got very interested in the moves. Men enjoyed watching it, and it also became something that grew very popular in the US. So other dancers like Beyonce and Rihanna, they all got their hips moving, and they all do it as like performance dances, and it really does attract the audience, and it's something that's really fun. So since the turn of the century, belly dancing has grown enormously in the US. You have belly dancing festivals, you have workshops, you have seminars that take place, and believe it or not, it's for large audiences of even men and women. So even a lot of men enjoy belly dancing because it's a really fun and exciting workout. And so today, belly dancing has become an industry with thousands of classes. You can sign up for them, you can teach them, you can go perform them, and it's just something really fun. So in conclusion, I hope that you were able to learn a bit more about belly dancing, what some of the steps and techniques are, how the costume is used and what it means, and how it has influenced pop culture today. And hopefully you are also able to see some of the health benefits that come from this beautiful dance. So don't be shy, get your vesta on, and start belly dancing. Thank you.
So, David, what did you think?
Very interesting. She had a nice transition from one to the other.
Okay, David, you need to speak up just a little bit so it picks up on the camera.
Okay. She transitioned very well and was very descriptive about the motions of belly dancing. And,
And that's it?
yeah.
Okay. Well, I like the fact that you ID'd the topic with a little bit of suspense. You kind of keep us from knowing exactly what it is you're talking about while you set up a context, and then you do a nice reveal. I thought that was pretty effective. The thesis is a broad one. It's an introductory one. That's fine. I thought that you did a very good job trying to create a justification for us to listen to this, giving some historical and social context to it. And there was an excellent setup of what the supporting claims were, so it's very easy to follow during the body of the speech. You also do a nice job internally doing signposting and sticking to that organization. I do think that you're a little dependent upon your own knowledge on this to talk about some things. I did like the fact that you had a nice quote and explanation early on in the speech, but I think you could have used a little bit more of that. Your descriptions, though, were very effective. I tell you, it's a little mixed here because I like the fact that you did a nice job speaking to us and using gestures to indicate some of the things that you're talking about. On the other hand, I think, well, this is one opportunity to use other visual materials to do the same kind of thing that you're not going to get in future speeches, and so it feels a little bit like a lost opportunity. I don't think that your speech was hurt because you did that. I just feel like it could have been something that adds on to it, gives it a little bit more traction, a little bit more interest. If we could have seen, for instance, some of the hip shake that you're talking about, or the undulation. I wrote them down. The camel thing. I like the way you described it, though. I like the gestures and all those things. So you did a good job on that. It's not like there was anything wrong with that. I'm just thinking, here's a missed opportunity to do something else that kind of perks it up a little bit and maybe adds to it. So it's not so much a fault as it is something that you could do that would make it a little bit better. And I thought you had an excellent summary and an exit. I like the fact that you make it clear that everybody knows you're done at the end.